First transports drawn for Terezin. Among them were children.
Diana Sinkova is right here. Here, in the back. The children arrived. Yes, nearly 400, more than the earlier transport. Later, when the workers return, and the older children, we'll find places for them in the barracks. Each one must have a place. And tomorrow, when another trainload arrives, we'll find a place for them in the barracks and here in the school. They must start living again. School, yes. We will go to school again. But go along now with Renka to the bathhouse and then supper. I promise. Come. You must go along now to the bathhouse, dear.
They told Papa, come along now to the bathhouse. You must take a shower so you don't get any sickness in the camp. They told him to leave his clothes in the yard on the ground in front of him. They told him to put his shoes next to his clothes so he could find them again. But they took him to the gas. He never got his shoes.
Don't be afraid. This is a real bathhouse. You can have soap and take a shower.
They took him to the bathhouse. He never got his shoes.
That was Auschwitz. Here you are with friends. What is your name? I am Irina Snikova. I'm a teacher here in Terezin. You'll come to school with us, won't you? You are from Prague? I once taught in Prague. It's a beautiful city. When I first came to Prague, I was about your age. I remember how friendly I was. But after I made some friends, I was happy to live there. Now, you are not alone, and you must not be afraid. Now that you know my name, you must tell me yours. How can we be friends? I won't know what to call you.
My number is pasted here.
Raya and Glendarova. Come, Raya and Glendarova. Let me tell you about our school. There's so much to do here in school. There are many children here. We have few books, but many songs. Every day, if you wish, you may paint and draw. Here, see? Each of the children has drawn a spring picture. Would you like to paint? I'll find some paper for you, then tomorrow you may begin. See, we save all the paper we could find. Forms, wrapping paper, and some of the children brought their own. And when there's enough, the children draw and paint. Would you like to choose a piece of your own, Raya?
My name is Raya. Slowly I began to heal. I and hundreds of children passed the Nina Simona's classroom. It was months before I said anything other than my name is Raya. I said it over and over to hear the sound of my voice. Perhaps just to make sure I still knew my name. Raya. It was an achievement for me. Irina knew it. I wrote my name in stiff, crippled characters. Raya. 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 Help me to make sure I'm still alive. One day, I suddenly wrote another name. Irina. Then, I knew I was healed. I could paint and draw and speak again. I could tell Irina the things I was remembering. I was no longer afraid to remember.
Raya, cover the hall up and close the door of the kitchen. The candles will go out.
Papa's coming up the street. Aunt Vera's with him. I can see him from the back window.
Raya, we must not open the back shutters. I've told you that. Do you hear? She'll get us all in trouble. She'll be careful. Raya, come. It's time to light the candles.
Without Papa, he's coming.
Then he will be here. Papa, at last.
All right, Mama, all right. I'm late, but
I saw you from the street, so you weren't really late, Papa.
of course, as long as you see me, I'm not late. And besides, I was delayed by your Aunt Vera.
I knew I would be blamed for it all, but it's true this time, Anna. I kept him waiting. You'll understand.
Of course, you're protected.
All right, so I'm here.
Val, come away from the window. We must keep the shutters closed. You know that. I'm confused. So close you can see the damn swastikas on the wings. The Val, the Shabbat Eve. And Nazis about to join us.
Val, if we aren't careful.
They're gone now.
Be careful. We all must be careful. Tonight the planes, tomorrow tanks.
Tomorrow? Yosef, what do you mean?
Mama, Pavel, all of you. Today I lost my place.
Yosef, it can't be true.
We knew it had to come.
But you were promised.
Promises, what do they mean? I must report to work at Latomeris. They're building a station.
Papa, you're not a carpenter, you're a teacher.
Hush, Riley, let your father explain.
I must learn manual labor. Imagine all of us at the school. All of us.
Building a station.
They came to the school today. We were given 1 hour to clear away. Books, papers, everything. 1 hour after all those years?
In the school?
Oh no, wait, there's still more.
Mama, it may be we have to move again. And maybe we must do so. The landlord is German and we are...
Jews.
Val, try to have patience.
We are Jews. They're relocating the boundaries, 12 blocks on either side, and we must, all of us, move into the area of the old ghetto.
So once again,
But Papa, they promised.
how soon?
Tomorrow.
I send them. Shabbat.
They give us the Shabbats to get ready. It saves a working day. What did you tell them?
What should I tell them? Hey, some say it's the last order.
Someone always says this is the last order, but every month the ghetto grows smaller.
What should I tell him? What does a Jew tell his German
What
landlord?
do you expect us to, Vera?
Vera too, the women, they were released to work in the streets.
All unmarried women must report to work in the streets with the men.
Irja.
Yurcha too. Mama, you must give up the school. Jews are no longer allowed to teach.
Irja, where is she?
They were released into the streets with the rest.
And the council, no one said anything. No one protested.
There have been meetings. There are considerations. Oh, what? So you'll attack? Shout slogans? You and your friends be brave?
Better than hiding behind our prayer shawls. The value go too far. At least shouting lets the Nazis know we're alive.
You go too far. Too far. You think we don't know about your little joke last night at the regional theater?
The regional theater? Pavel, you know Jews are not allowed to. A little joke on the guards. What do you know? So we stoned out the lights on the street and attacked them from ambush near the theater arcade. They never knew what happened to them.
A joke. Not so amusing this morning. Hannes was taken. His number was called before the rest.
Why, Hannes? Joseph, you're not telling us all.
A guard knows one of the council. He said he recognized his son among the pranksters.
But Hannes wasn't even there. He didn't know about it.
The guard said he recognized him. There's no arguing with a Nazi guard.
Then the council. No one protested. No one said anything.
Hannes is on the train now.
Without a word. What cowards!
Pavel!
No wonder the star is yellow!
You go too far! Too far!
Papa,
You-
I'm sorry, but
You do not understand. You cannot.
I understand. I am this to remind me. What is this talk? This star cannot destroy us, but I will tell you what can.
Anna, the boy doesn't know what he's saying.
I will tell you what can kill us. To starve. No white bread, meat, eggs, cheese, fish, poultry, fruit, jam. Anna, please! None of it! For a Jew. This will destroy us. To be denied the necessities of life. I know, Mama. And for your father, no tobacco, cigars, cigarettes, no beer. All little pleasures taken away. I know, Mama. And the big ones too. The school, the synagogue. This will destroy us. Mama, for God's sake. No. I am not yet finished with being a Jew. It means for all of us, separation. And the fear of separation. Planes today, tanks tomorrow. And always the guards, the Nazis. You and your foolish bravado. We may all be lost. All lost. No, Mama, I see what's happening, but to just endure it seems so...
Weak? To you, it's weak? But think. The Nazis want us to work for them. If we must work, we must eat. There's that chance for life.
I don't call this living. But while we live,
We stay together and perhaps later.
Yes, yes. If they bid us to work, we will eat and we may survive together this war. It cannot last much longer.
All right, Papa.
All right. So, no more shouting, no more jokes on Nazi guards. We will be back in our flat in a few months. Huber has promised to keep the furniture for us. He does not wish us harm. It will be here when we get back. And you and Ircha will be married as we planned. You will see. I promise.
Promises.
You will see. Now, Mom, the lights.
Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, whose house takes them his commandments and commands us to, starting the order of us to kindle the spotlights.
We'll be here soon.
The first transports for Terezin left Prague the next day.
Jews, after.
We waited our turn and hoped. Families moved in together. We moved in with Ircha's family and then we moved again. Each week another decree shrank our ghetto and our lives. Even then we couldn't really believe it all. It was incredible. Our friends lined the streets. 5,000 Jews. Erica Schwaber called me.
Ryan, where are you going? Come with me to the cinema.
We can't. We have to go to the municipal building.
But why?
I don't know.
Didn't they say why?
They say we have to go. I ran ahead to join my mother. That was the day we left home.
Jews, after. Quickly. Men left, women and children right. Keep moving. Schnell, schnell.
Don't be afraid. We are only going on the train.
Where's Father? What happened to Father?
We'll see him again at the camp. Quiet now. We must wait. It's been so long. I'm thirsty.
Hungry. Please, is there bread?
Wait, just a little while and we'll have plenty of food.
When will we be there? Will Father be there?
We're patient.
What's happening in the room over there?
We'll see. We must wait our turn.
Are we going to work? They said we would work together.
They told me to remember this number, always.
Yes, you must remember. At roll call, they will ask your number. You must remember and answer promptly.
They laughed and told us we were marked like pigs. They said it will never go away.
Don't be afraid. Remember, you are not alone. Whatever you see or hear, whatever is done, remember, we are together. We will not be afraid. Come, sit close together.
I was one of them. The children of Terezin. One who saw everything. The barbed wire fence, the rats, the lice. One who knew hunger, dirt, and smells. One who heard trains arrive and leave. Screaming sirens, the tread of heavy feet in the dark. I sat in Nina Sinkova's classroom to write and paint the story of these days. I never saw another butterfly. The last. The very last. So richly, brightly, dazzling yellow. Perhaps if the sun's tears seemed as a white stone. Such a yellow was carried lightly way up high. It went away, I'm sure, because it wished to kiss the world goodbye. For 7 weeks I've lived in here, penned up inside this ghetto. But I have found my people here. The dandelions called me and the white chestnut candles in the court. Only I never saw another butterfly. And that butterfly was the last one. Butterflies don't live here in the ghetto.
This week since I came here, I never thought that such a thing could happen to me. When I go home, I'm going to eat only white bread.
When I go home, I'm going to make my bed every day, clean.
When I go home, I'm going to drink hot chocolate in the wintertime. Lots of it.
When I go home, I'm going to have pretty white rugs. Curtains, too.
I'm going to play ball in the courtyard, and I'm going to shout if I want to when I go home.
I'm going to sit very quiet and read storybooks as long as I want to when I go home. All night, really.
I'm going to play the piano when I go home. And we all sing, and no one will care how noisy we are.
When I go home, I've lived here in a ghetto more than a year now. In Terezin, in a black town now. And when I remember my old home so dear, I can love it more than I did somehow. Home, home, why did they ever tear me away? Here the weak die easy as a feather, and when they die forever. I'd like to go back home again. It makes me think of sweet spring flowers. Before, when I used to live at home, it never seemed so dear and fair. Everything here is so strange, different from anywhere else in the world.
People walk in the street here, not just on the sidewalk, but there are so many of us here that we wouldn't fit on the sidewalk. Cars clean around here, so nothing can run over us.
We all sleep in bunks, and everywhere lots of people are crammed in.
Mothers and fathers don't live together, and children live away from their homes, or whatever you call it.
When you hear the word home, you imagine something quite nice. People here, it's all quite different.
There are lots of people crowded in the houses, and everywhere the garrets scream with light for long, long hours.
This evening, I walked along the street with them. On one wagon, they were taking the dead away.
I haven't seen my mother for such a long while. Sometimes I wonder if she's even arrived. Lorena says that if I stay here and keep well, she'll find me. I wonder where she is. Her father, and Grandpa. He told me to wait with him at the station, but they wouldn't let me.
I've never been away from home, not even over the holidays, because I have no aunt or uncle who lives in another country, so this is my first trip away from my parents. It's so strange. I've learned to appreciate the things that if we had them when we were still free, we wouldn't have noticed them at all, like riding a train or a bus or walking freely along the road to the water, say, or to go buy ice cream. Such an ordinary thing is out of our reach.
In Terezin, in a so-called park, a 3-year-old granddad sits somewhere in the so-called park. He wears a beard done to his lap and on his head a little cap. Hard crust he crumbles in his gums. He's only got one single tooth instead of soft rolls, lentil soup. Poor old graybeard.
May I call you grandfather? You have no little girl and I have no grandpa.
March 16th, 1943. Today I went to see my uncle in the streets and barracks, and there I saw them throw potato peelings on the ground, and people threw themselves on the little piles and fought for them.
Tuesday, April 6th, 1943. Tomorrow the SS men are coming in. No children can come out on the street. Daddy won't know this, but I'll die of hunger by evening. Wednesday, April 7th, 1943. Yesterday I missed Daddy, but I didn't cry. The other children couldn't see their parents either.
We aren't allowed out of the barracks. You can't go in the street without a pass, and children don't get a pass. This can last weeks or even months, like a bird in a cage.
Last night I had a beautiful dream. I was home. I saw our flat and our street. Now I am disappointed, and now I saw it's because I woke in the bunk instead of my own bed. This isn't a home anymore, it's a hospital. Everyone avoids us. Half the children are sick in bed, and the number of sick goes up every day. Rooms full of patients, and the doctors do not know what to do.
Typhus raged through Terezin. Hospitals and infirmaries are all crowded. They cleared out an entire house and made a typhus ward of it. Everywhere you see the sign, Aftotal Typhus, and above every water faucet and pump. Don't forget to wash your hands, but anyway, the water hardly ever runs. Today I caught 6 fleas and 3 bed bugs. Isn't that a fine hunt? I don't need a gun, and right away I have supper and a rat slept in my shoe. William, I was hoping to killed it. Now I'm off to pitch a tent for the evening with Eva.
It's terrible here now. There's a great deal of tension among the older children. They're sending children into the new ghetto, to the unknown. And 1,500 children will arrive tonight. They are from Poland. We're making toys for them, little bags and nets.
They arrived yesterday. We aren't allowed to see them, but we got news from the barracks. They don't speak Czech. We don't know if they're Jewish or Polish or what. You can see them a little from the top of the fortress wall. And in the morning they went to the reception center. They look awful. You can't guess how old they are. They have such tiny bodies and old faces. Today they returned from the reception center with their heads shaved. They have lice. They all had such frightened eyes.
The poor thing stands there vainly. Vainly he strains his eyes. Perhaps he'll die. Then can you say how beautiful is the world today?
We got used to standing in line at 7 o'clock in the morning, at 12 noon, and again at 7 o'clock in the evening. We stood in a long line with a plate in our hands, and they gave us a little warmed up water with a coffee or salty flavor. Or else, they would give us a few potatoes. We got used to sleeping without a bed, to saluting every uniform, to not walking on the sidewalk, and then again to walking on the sidewalk. We got used to undeserved slaps, blows, and executions. We got used to seeing people die in their own excrement, to seeing the piled up coffins full of corpses, to seeing the sick amidst their dirt and filth, the helpless doctors. We got used to that. From time to time, 1,000 unhappy souls would come, and that, from time to time, a few thousand unhappy souls would go away.
Sunday, September 5th, 1943. That was the day. It was all over now. And we're already on the train. From our room, Helena, Pavla, Alala, and Patinka are all going. Everyone gave Alila something. She's such a poor thing. At 6 this evening, they went to the transport, each one somewhere else. The parting was hard.
Monday, September 6, 1943. Today I got up at 6 to see Zenka. When I came up to the barracks, the last people were going through the transports. I saw the train pulling away, and in one of the cars, Zenka was riding. Where's Zenka?
The transport to the east.
Why?
To work, for settlement, to Auschwitz. Auschwitz?
She will not come back. Yerji told us, and he knows. You die if you go to Auschwitz.
Raya,
It's true, I know. You die, and the ovens and the chimneys. When you die, you burn to ashes.
we do not know this is true.
I know. And you know too, and you think because we are children that we do not know.
What have you heard? Where?
Yerji told us. He came from Warsaw. You die if you go to Auschwitz, and no one returns. Every day the trains go, and no one returns. Yerji was there. He escaped. How is it that you do not know?
I've heard the same talk. We all have. It can't be true. Think, Raya, such things can't be true.
But it is. He told us. We are going to die.
Raya, wait. You are only afraid. Wait.
Nina, I want to go home. I hate this place and everything.
Everything?
Yes, what's the use of anything if we are going to die? Last night, Zenka. We shared our bread and sang together, and now she is gone.
I know.
And Ava and Miriam and
I miss
Mariana,
them too.
Gabriella and Susanna.
I know. I know.
We promised. And next year in Prague, we'd go to school together. Now there is nothing left.
They were your friends. You loved them. Do not forget how you worked together in this very room. In the poems, in the songs. Ava, Gabriella, Susanna. There are pictures, see?
No, they will burn them too.
Raya, listen to me. You are no longer a child. This minute, you are no longer a child. And so I tell you, I have a child. She is 9 years old. She was torn away from my arms and thrown from the train by an angered guard. I tried to throw myself after her, but I was dragged back into the car. I wanted to die until I came to Terezin and found thousands of children waiting for me. And then I knew I must not die. Do you understand? You are no longer a child. And so I tell you, I have a child, and she lives whenever I comfort another child or dry her tears.
Fear. This is half the story of Terezin. Its beginning, but not its end. I was a child there. I knew that word. I became a woman there because I learned another word. From Pavel and Irja. From father and mother. From Medina Sinkova. I learned the word courage. And I found the determination to believe in life.
Irja.
I believe in life. I am Pavel. Pavel, I am coming with you. I have settled everything myself. I have a number in your transport.
Parents meeting, go back to your parents.
Pavel, you are closer to me than parents. I must come with you.
We work. You married.
I can. Have you a wedding ring?
Yes.
How much time?
An hour at most.
That will be enough. Tell me your Hebrew names, and we must gather your parents and some friends. Dear friends, in the Torah, we read 3 words, the meaning of which we've never understood as well as today. Yerlech, red, and beleta. Go, lower yourself, and you shall rise. We too have sunk very low, but risen very high, because we did not let our sad fate overwhelm us. We have not lost hope that right will be victorious over justice, friendship over hostility, peace over war, love over hate. If you two young people had not come together and decided, met and loved, and decided to share your lives, and so you may say, good will arise out of evil. Happy those who live in your house and praise you all day long. Happy the pilgrims inspired by you with courage to make the journey. As they walk through the valley of sorrow, they make it a place of springs. Adonai, hear our prayer. Listen, God of Jacob. For God is our shield. God, our shield, now look on us with kindness to your anointed. For God is battlement and shield, conferring grace and glory. Adonai withholds nothing good from those who walk without blame. As they walk through the valley of sorrow, they make it a place of springs. Blessed art thou, our Lord our God, who hast created the fruit of the vine.
Thou art consecrated to me this ring as my wife, according to the faith and Moses in Israel.
May the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord turn in kindness and show favor to you. May the Lord turn in favor and be gracious to you. Amen.
Yara, they went. Havel and Ircha, they went. There was no one who could remember me before I came here as a child of 12. But there were many left standing as the train started up. The cars crowded, boarded, sealed. Found each other.
Yurji, they said they wouldn't take him. He was a plumber, an electrician, so clever. They said they wouldn't take him.
Everyone goes. Yurji, was he your friend?
He was my brother.
You're Hansi Kosek. I've heard about you. I'm Raya. Ryan Ranzarova, my brother. About Yurja.
I know. They just got married, and now, what's the good of that?
They're still together.
What's the good of that?
Together they won't be afraid. That's the good.
You are afraid.
What if I am? You're laughing at me. You think I'm a coward.
I'm laughing at you because you're a girl and don't know the first thing about anything.
Well, it's easy for you. I've heard how you get past the guards. It's easy for a boy.
Maybe. My father was beaten and left for dead before my eyes. I saw it. I couldn't move, I was so afraid, but I didn't run. I never understood it until my father died and told me. You are a good boy, Hansa. You are afraid, but you are not a coward.
I'm sorry. Well, it's late. I have to go now.
Where are you going?
Number 25. Where do you live?
House number 2, on the other side, near the wall.
There are about 30 girls in our group. Most of us from Prague. Dina, she's in charge of the whole compound. She lives with us.
We live alone. We elect our own leader. And we have meetings, secret ones.
Don't you have one of the older men there?
What for? We're old enough. We work in the fields.
So do we. Some of us. I do. I'm old enough.
We take care of everything ourselves. I'm the leader now. I was elected, so I'm in charge.
Don't you go to school?
Sometimes. Sometimes after work, the leaders from the boys' homes, we have meetings where we talk and plan.
What?
Oh, someone gets an idea about something and we talk about it, or someone does something we don't like and you tell me to quit it or else. Lots of things. We're working on something right now.
For the boys' home?
Well, not just for the boys. We're going to make a newspaper and report the news in camp.
Do you have a printing press?
No, it's not that kind of paper. We don't need one. We make copies of the paper and hang it around the barracks. It's mine.
Do you put one in the girls' home?
I suppose we could. I never thought about it.
I'd copy it over. I could do that.
I suppose it's a good idea. I mean, I have to go over it with the rest. Well, I have to go now. I have a meeting about the paper. You come if you want to.
And so Vadim was born and lived for 3 years and helped us live. We waited to read the copies posted in our barracks. And later, when for safety, it was read aloud, no one was missing. It was an invisible line of communication between the barracks, so that even across the dark yards and crowded barracks, the youth of Terezin grew up together.
Right.
Yes, I can't stay too long. Mrs. Speaks for me ready.
Here it is.
I'll take any sir.
Wait. We talked about it at the meeting. Maybe we could run some of the poems from the girls' house when there's room.
Good. Then you know what we thought of that. The younger girls got all excited.
There won't be room for too many.
I'll tell her. I'll see you.
Wait. I saw you in the field today. Of course I couldn't say anything.
I know. I saw you too.
Maybe we could plan a way to meet there in case there are messages or anything.
No, it wouldn't be safe. The guards are everywhere.
I'm not afraid. Are you?
No. Yes. I guess I am. We beat you.
Wouldn't be the first time. I always get up again.
Someday.
Someday, maybe. I won't. I suppose. What difference does it make?
Don't talk like that. I'll go if you do.
Wait. I'm only teasing.
We'd be lonesome without you. I mean, The boys, they need you. I'm reading the paper. Adina says you're the only one she trusts to bury the drawings and the poems.
Others would do that.
It would be hard. I mean, these last few months, we've been good friends. I miss you.
I meant to say that first.
I know. Bye.
Raya?
Yes?
Raya, I have some flowers for you.
Hansa, if you get caught,
You know, the tower on the other side near the square?
prisoners aren't allowed there.
I know, but they can't stop us from looking at it. Look, from here. See the flowers near the corner and the butterflies?
See them?
Well, I'm giving them to you. And every time you pass,
I'll say they're mine. Hansa gave them to me. All the butterflies and all the flowers. Thank you. Thank you.
Ryan, look.
What is it?
Open it carefully. It's very expensive.
It must be, since you come to the bears to bring it. Why didn't you leave it in the shed?
Can't be left, not around here.
Hansa, sausage. You shouldn't have. And sausage? But where did you get it?
I liberated it.
Liberated it. Hansa,
Actually, I took it.
you stole it. No wonder it tastes so good. You're so brave.
I won't be here for a few days.
Why? Where are you going?
Don't take any chances. Coming to meet me, I mean.
Hansa, what is it?
Nothing. A special detail to build something outside the fortifications. They're picking the strongest. I'll be chosen.
But what if something happens?
There'll be a chance for extra food. Maybe another sausage.
Hansa, I don't care about the sausage.
Don't worry. They want the job done. Some kind of walled courtyard. Nothing much can happen. Well, I have to go.
Goodbye then. Bye. I'll be waiting. Waiting. Please come back.
Raya? Raya, it's all right. A message came through.
What is it? Tell me. Tell me.
The boys are back, all of them.
I've been holding my breath for 2 days. Waiting. I couldn't think of anything with Hansa.
What would you have done if he had not come back? If weeks and months had passed?
Waited. And held my breath for tomorrow. And then waited again.
Waiting days are long days, Raya. You would learn to stop thinking of tomorrow and to keep alive today. That's the secret of waiting. Remember that. To keep alive today.
Part of me would always be waiting.
And you would do what we all learned to do to make waiting bearable.
I don't know how. I'm afraid.
Afraid of tomorrow? Then think of today. Now, can you live until tonight?
Yes.
And tomorrow morning, can you live until noon?
Yes.
And at noon, in the heat and the hunger, in the stench and the weariness, can you live until night?
Yes. Yes.
Then you will survive. Each day you find some reason.
As you have done.
Yes. Somehow, one of us is sure to survive. One of us must teach the children how to sing again, how to write on paper with a pencil, how to do sums and to draw pictures. So we survive each today.
The singing, the reading, the learning, the poetry and the drawing. This was part of our survival. In spite of the SS guards' orders against teaching, Adina kept school in the children's barracks. An older boy was always on watch, and at sight of one of the SS men he whistled. And teaching turned into games. Games were permitted, but learning was a crime for Jews. Each of us brought a responsibility to them. Professional musicians, singers, actors brought their repertoire with them. Adina brought music, the opera with her, and she taught the children. And Terezin was biblical with the things you had to see. Thousands heard its melodies, hundreds of children joined in the performances, the strongest memories of their short lives. The story was this one, the legend of the brothers of Chet and the villain, Rupert the carpenter, who hated them because of their song. He built boxes and cages and trapped them one by one from Chev, lay sad and silent without song. But Pepicha, the smallest child in the village, gathered the children together, and marched into the woods, singing, fraying the birds, and rooting the wicked movement. The lesson? Alone we are helpless, but together we are not afraid of movement, or of anyone.
Ludwig the carpenter, warning we bring you. Children of Chev, come to claim stolen song. Close both your ears, Lord Mary's song sing you. Marching together, we'll drive you along. Out of our village, we'll run you and rout you, freeing our birds from their cages and bars. Children together, we don't fear to flout you. Standing together, the victory is ours. Out of our village, we'll run you and rout you, freeing our birds from your cages and bars. Children together, we don't fear to fight you. Standing together, the victory is ours.
Through our rehearsals and performances of our hope, we did not let it die. Transports came and carried away children to die. New children took the empty places, but Ludwig stayed. I know a gang. I'll bet that lady with the little girl over there will respond. Or maybe that don't. I hum a motif from Ludwig, and no matter where they are, they hear it. Ludwig the carpenter,
Warning we bring you.
try it anywhere in the world. Just hum a motif from our opera, and you will find them. The few who remember Terezin.
Ella Hester, 14 years old, perished in Auschwitz. Ella Helerova, 13 years old, perished in Auschwitz. Hannes Hackenberg, 14 years old. Peter Fishman, 15 years old. Marika Friedmanova, 12 years old. František Bass, 14 years old, perished in Auschwitz. Bartek Hoffman, 12 years old. Joseph Polak, 14 years old. Dita Valentikova, 13 years old. Nina Nedeljkova, 14 years old, perished at Auschwitz. Eva Steinova, 13 years old. Hanna Isarova, 15 years old, perished in Auschwitz. Hansa Kosik.
Hansa?
Raya, don't turn or move.
Hansa, where are you?
Don't move. Here, on the other side of the wall. Listen, Raya.
I'm listening.
Don't turn. Don't move. I have a number in this transport.
No.
I have a number and I must report.
No.
But the news is good.
What do you mean?
The war is coming to an end.
Hansa, no.
Things are going bad for the Nazis. Something will happen before long. Listen, Raya.
Hansa, where are you? I'm coming with you.
No, you can't. It's too late.
I can't. Where are you?
No, you must wait. For
I
me.
can't live waiting. Hansa, where are you? Where are you? Please, please.
I am with you, wherever you are. Listen, Raya.
I'm listening.
I have something I never told you. I wrote one too, for the poem, the contest. Remember?
You never turned it in.
It's supposed to be about a memory, only it's about you.
You never told me.
I'll leave it here, under the post near the corner. Read it sometime, but don't laugh. You laughed once at the other poem, remember?
I remember.
Well, when you read this,
I won't laugh. I won't. I promise, Hansa.
Don't come out here. The guards, just stay there. Stay there. Goodbye.
Hansa! Hansa! Bye. Memory, come tell a fairy tale.
About my girl who's lost and gone.
Tell about the golden grail and the bid the swallows. Bring her back to me. Fly close to her and ask her soft and low if she thinks of me sometimes with love. If she is well, ask her before you go.
If I am still her dearest, precious dove.
And hurry back. Don't lose your way, so I can think of other things.
But you were too lovely, perhaps, to stay. I loved you once. Goodbye, my love.
Goodbye. It was a motto of Terezin. It should have been written over the entrance instead of the lie that greeted newcomers. Work makes us free. It was goodbye, not work, that made us free. It was the only thing we knew for certain. What was there to fear when you had said goodbye to everyone you had ever loved?
Raya and Glendarova, you know by now that my number 102866 was called. When you come to school today, you will see that I have gone. You will have questions, and I will answer them before you ask. Once I saw an old Bible picture. Satan was about to pierce a saint through with his lance. The saint was sitting comfortably there, as if it had nothing to do with him. I used to think that the medieval painters were incapable of presenting feelings like fear, astonishment, or pain, so it looked as if the saints had shown no interest in their own martyrdom. Now I understand the saints better. What could they do? I've wrapped up the last of the pictures and the poems in my shawl. See that they are buried with the rest somewhere. And remember what they mean to all of us. I have nothing else to give you but this. What you and all the children have made of Terezin. The fields, flowers, and all the butterflies. Goodbye.
Perished at Auschwitz, January 28, 1945. And I have survived. Mother, father, Pavel, Ircha, Zenka, Hansa, Elena too, in the end perished at Auschwitz. And I, Raya and Glendarova, after the liberation, returned to the home. Alone. Alone.
But I found my people. Now you are not alone. You must not be afraid.
You'll see somehow.
Yesterday I was studying, but I didn't get into my sound. Some Polish children are coming. We are making toys and little bags and nets for her to visit. She cried and laughed at the same time. She was so happy to see someone before she left. Yes, I will marry you if you wish to go. Now you are not alone. You must not be afraid. That's what I understood. Until my father, dying, told me, "You are a good boy, Martha. You are afraid, you are not a coward." He doesn't know the world without you. He stays in his nest and doesn't go out. He doesn't know what birds know best, nor what I want to sing about. But the world is full of lovely ones.
with you, wherever you are.
I have nothing else to give you but this. The fields, the flowers, and all the butterflies.
Mother, Father, Pavel and Ircha, I hear you. Hansa, I hear and I remember. Irina Sinkova, I taught the children. My name is Raya. I am a Jew, and I survived Terezin, not alone and not afraid.